Good morning. You wake up, and instead of feeling ready to face the day, your body feels weak or heavy, like the night didn't do its job. Standing up takes effort. The first hour feels like a struggle, and you find yourself moving slowly, hesitating, wondering when you'll finally feel solid and steady. If that sounds familiar, here's the reassuring truth. It's not just aging. It's a recovery signal, and there's a urologist-backed combination of specific nutrients you can take at night, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. That may help restore stronger, more reliable mornings, steadier energy throughout the day, and the quiet confidence of waking up ready. And just as important, there's one critical thing many people over 60 take at night that actually backfires, disrupting the very recovery you're trying to build. If you're finding this helpful, go ahead and like this video, drop a comment with your age and country, and subscribe so we can keep sharing practical senior health guidance. Why do nights matter so much for adults over 60? Because the body doesn't just rest at night, it rebuilds. The deeper stages of sleep are when muscle tissue repairs itself, when the nervous system resets, and when the signals that keep you balanced and steady get reinforced. If sleep is shallow or interrupted, standing up the next morning doesn't feel solid because the overnight repair didn't finish. Nocturnal circulation and vascular tone also play a critical role. During deep sleep, blood vessels relax and recover, supporting better morning performance, more reliable stamina, and smoother function across the body. Steadier overnight glucose and hormone balance means fewer wake-ups, less tossing, and a calmer, more grounded start to the day. The good news is that none of this is permanent or locked. It's not too late to feel more solid, more focused, and more energetic when your feet hit the floor each morning. So where do most people over 60 get stuck? The first trap is adding more daytime supplements, more vitamins in the morning, more energy boosters at lunch, while completely neglecting the nightly restoration window that actually fuels the next day. Another common issue is choosing the wrong forms of nutrients, forms that cause stomach upset, poor absorption, or don't deliver the calming and restorative effects needed for deep sleep. Timing is another overlooked piece. Taking supportive nutrients in the morning when the body really needs them at night, especially for sleep and overnight tissue repair, means missing the window when they matter most. Then there's the environment. Screens glowing late into the evening, bright overhead lights, stimulating content right before bed, all of which fragment the very cycles you're trying to protect. And here's the big one that ties directly to the title. There's one common supplement many people take at night that actually disrupts sleep, causes awakenings, and weakens morning performance. We'll get to exactly what that is in just a moment. Finally, there's the expectation. Most people expect a massive shift on night one, but the usual pattern is a first night improvement in how you fall asleep or stay asleep. A week of building momentum where mornings start to feel sharper and steadier, and 2 weeks where the changes consolidate and feel dependable. The exact combination of nutrients, the forms that work best for adults over 60, the starter doses, what to absolutely avoid at night, and the precise timing that unlocks all of this, those details are right here. Let's talk about the mechanism in a way that connects to how you actually feel. The nutrients in this urologist-backed combination may help the body settle into deeper sleep cycles, the kind where the brain consolidates memory, clears metabolic waste, and the body repairs tissue, rebalances hormones, and resets the nervous system. They may also support smooth vessel function and nighttime restoration, which show up the next morning as stronger readiness, more reliable stamina, better balance, and steadier step confidence. When intake is timed correctly, these nutrients are associated with fewer awakenings, a smoother transition from wakefulness to rest, and a more even energy curve the next day. Think of it as giving your body the raw materials it needs to complete the repair work it's designed to do overnight, but can only accomplish when sleep is deep enough and the right support is present. The core combination includes magnesium glycinate, zinc, and vitamin B6, all taken together 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Magnesium glycinate is one of the gentlest and most well-absorbed forms of magnesium, and because glycine itself has calming properties, it supports relaxation, helps the nervous system wind down, and promotes deeper sleep without causing digestive discomfort. For adults over 60, magnesium also supports muscle relaxation, which reduces nighttime leg cramps and restless legs that can fragment sleep. Zinc supports overnight immune function, tissue repair, and for men, it plays a role in healthy testosterone levels and prostate function, both of which influence morning energy and performance. Vitamin B6 works synergistically with both magnesium and zinc, supporting the production of serotonin and melatonin, the neurotransmitters and hormones that regulate mood, relaxation, and sleep-wake cycles. Together, this trio creates a foundation for deeper, more restorative sleep and stronger mornings. A sensible starting dose is 200 to 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate, 15 to 30 milligrams of zinc, and 5 to 10 milligrams of zinc milligrams of vitamin B6. If you're sensitive or have a reactive stomach, start at the lower end. 150 milligrams of magnesium, 10 milligrams of zinc, and 5 milligrams of B6 for the first 3 nights, then increase gradually. Take them together with a small glass of water or a warm, unsweetened herbal tea under softer evening lighting and commit to putting your phone down or switching it to night mode. Tonight's checklist looks like this. Gather your magnesium glycinate, zinc, and vitamin B6 in the doses that feel right for your starting point. Set a timer for 30 to 60 minutes before your usual bedtime. Prepare a glass of water or warm unsweetened tea. Dim the lights in your space and put away screens or switch them to the dimmest, warmest setting. Before bed, take 2 minutes to do a brief calf and hamstring stretch. Nothing intense, just enough to release tension in the legs and signal to your nervous system that the day is over. Set your room temperature a degree or two cooler than usual, somewhere between 65 and 68 degrees, because a cooler environment supports the natural drop in body temperature that happens during deep sleep. As you lie down, slow your breathing to a 4-count inhale and a 6-count exhale for 5 or 6 cycles, letting your belly rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. All of this wraps into one smooth routine that supports the nutrients and signals to your body that it's time to shift gears and prepare for deep restorative rest. Now, let's address the critical avoid it element from the title, because this is where many people unknowingly sabotage their own nighttime restoration. The most common mistake for adults over 60 is taking calcium supplements at night. Calcium is essential for bone health, and many people take it in the evening thinking it will be absorbed while they sleep. But here's the problem. Calcium competes directly with magnesium for absorption, and high doses of calcium taken at night can actually interfere with the calming, muscle-relaxing effects of magnesium. Calcium is also slightly stimulating to the nervous system, and in some people, especially those over 60, it can cause restlessness, awakenings, or a sense of being wired when they should be winding down. Additionally, calcium taken close to bedtime can contribute to nighttime urination, especially in men with prostate concerns, because it affects fluid balance and bladder tone. The simple correction is to move your calcium supplement to the morning or early afternoon, ideally with a meal that contains some fat for better absorption, and keep your nighttime routine focused on the magnesium, zinc, and B6 combination that supports deep sleep and overnight repair. If you're taking a multivitamin that contains calcium, check the label and consider switching to a nighttime formula that's designed without calcium, or simply take your multivitamin earlier in the day. This one shift protects the benefits of everything else you're doing and ensures your nights are truly restorative. There are 3 ways to approach this depending on where you are right now and how much structure feels manageable. The simple version to try tonight focuses on the core combination of magnesium glycinate, zinc, and vitamin B6 at the 30 to 60-minute window before bed, with no other changes. This version is perfect if you want to test the core concept without altering anything else in your routine. The more complete version adds a brief 10-minute wind-down, dimmer lights, a short stretch, no screens or only minimal screen time with night mode activated, and keeps the same nutrient timing. This version is for adults who are ready to create a small but consistent pre-sleep ritual that layers environmental support on top of the nutrients. The best version includes a consistent bedtime window within 30 minutes each night, the avoidance of calcium at night, and a plan to notice and track changes over the first 7 days by jotting down a quick note each morning about how you slept, how you felt on waking, and how your energy and steadiness held through the day. Any of these versions is valid. There's no wrong choice here. What matters is consistency, because that's what trains your body to expect the support and unlocks stronger, more reliable mornings over time. A few sensible cautions, and these are offered in a supportive voice because they're about personalizing this approach to your body. Very late caffeine, even after lunch for some adults, can backfire and fragment sleep no matter what else you do. So if you're a regular coffee drinker, try cutting yourself off by noon and see if that makes a difference. Sugary syrups or sweetened drinks late in the evening can spike glucose and disrupt the calm you're trying to build. So stick with water, unsweetened herbal tea, or plain warm water. Heavy meals within 2 hours of bed can cause reflux or discomfort and fragment sleep cycles, so aim to finish dinner at least 2.5 to 3 hours before you lie down. If you have blood pressure concerns, glucose issues, reflux, or if you're on diuretics, sleep medications, or medications for prostate health, this combination deserves extra care and personalization because magnesium can interact with those pathways, enhancing the effects of blood pressure medications or interacting with certain antibiotics. Zinc in higher doses over extended periods can also affect copper absorption, so if you're taking this combination long-term beyond 3 months, consider adding a small copper supplement once or twice weekly, or simply cycle off zinc for 1 week every 2 months to maintain balance. A quick conversation with your clinician isn't a sign of overthinking. It's smart, proactive, and the best way to make sure this approach is tailored to your specific needs. This approach isn't about chasing youth or pretending to be 40 again. It's about restoring the body's natural nighttime rebuild rhythm so mornings feel strong, steady, and grounded. For adults over 60, there's a quiet confidence that comes with standing, breathing, and stepping into the day without hesitation, without dragging, and without doubt. That confidence is built at night, in the hours when your body does the work you can't force or manufacture during the day. You're not broken. You're not past your prime. You're in a stage where precision matters more than brute force. And when you give your body the right support at the right time while avoiding what disrupts overnight restoration, it responds. The narrative around aging often frames decline as inevitable, but that narrative ignores the fact that most of what we call aging is actually accumulated neglect of nighttime repair. When you restore that repair cycle, you restore function, and function is what allows you to show up fully in your life, your relationships, and your own sense of purpose and dignity. If this information is resonating with you and you're realizing how important nighttime support is for strong mornings, take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future guidance on senior health, and share this with someone over 60 who could benefit from stronger, more reliable mornings. Some frequently asked questions come up around this combination, so let's address them as we go. Can you ever take magnesium, zinc, and B6 in the morning? Yes, and they may help with energy and immune function during the day, but for the goal of deeper sleep, stronger morning steadiness, and overnight tissue repair, night timing is far more effective because it aligns with the body's natural restoration cycles and the hormonal rhythms that peak during sleep. What if you have a sensitive stomach? Magnesium glycinate is the gentlest form and rarely causes upset, and taking the combination with a small amount of food or a warm beverage can help further. If you still experience discomfort, try splitting the magnesium dose in half and taking one portion an hour before bed and the other portion 30 minutes before bed, while keeping the zinc and B6 together at the 30-minute mark. Does it make sense to split the doses, taking a little earlier in the evening and a little closer to bed? If you're very sensitive, that can work, but most adults find better results with the full combination taken together in the 30 to 60-minute window before sleep because it creates a clear, unified signal to the nervous system. What if you wake up in the middle of the night after starting this? That's usually a sign the magnesium dose is slightly too high, the zinc is taken on an empty stomach, or you're drinking too much liquid right before bed. Try cutting the magnesium by a third, taking the combination with a small snack like a few almonds, and limiting fluids in the last hour before bed. If you have reflux or take medications for blood pressure, glucose, prostate health, or sleep, does this still apply? It can, but you need to check with your clinician first because magnesium can enhance the effects of certain medications, and zinc can interact with antibiotics or medications that affect copper levels. How long should you wait before deciding if it's working? Give it 7 nights to notice a pattern and 2 weeks to see consolidation. Some adults feel a difference on night 1, falling asleep faster or waking fewer times, but for others the shift is more gradual, building over several nights. What about evening beverages or other supplements? Avoid high calcium drinks like milk or calcium-fortified juices near your supplement timing because calcium competes for absorption, and if you're already taking a multivitamin, check the magnesium, zinc, and B6 content so you're not doubling up unintentionally. Most multivitamins contain 50 to 100 milligrams of magnesium, which is fine to account for, but make sure your total evening dose doesn't exceed 400 milligrams unless directed by your clinician. When is a brief discussion with a doctor a wise step? If you're on prescription medications, have a diagnosed heart, kidney, or prostate condition, or if you're unsure about interactions, a quick conversation is the smart move. These nutrients are generally safe and well tolerated, but individualized guidance ensures you're getting the right support without any unintended effects. Let's talk about what to notice over the first 7 days. Are you falling asleep more easily without the usual mental chatter or restlessness? Are you waking up fewer times during the night, or if you do wake, are you falling back asleep more quickly instead of lying there for long stretches? Is your morning steadiness improving? Do you feel more solid and confident when you stand, with less wobbling or hesitation? Is your step confidence better, with fewer moments of feeling weak or heavy in the first hour? Is your energy holding steadier through the day, without the sharp afternoon crash or need for extra stimulation? And is your mood a bit more even, less reactive, more patient with small frustrations? These are the signals that the overnight repair cycle is beginning to restore itself. By day 7, you should be able to identify at least 1 or 2 consistent improvements. At the 14-day mark, these changes should feel more consistent and less like a good day here and there. You should notice that the pattern is holding. Sleep is deeper more nights than not. Mornings feel stronger and more reliable more days than not. And energy through the day is steadier and more predictable. The improvements you noticed at day 7 should now feel more automatic, like they're becoming your new baseline rather than a pleasant surprise. You may also notice secondary benefits like improved digestion, fewer muscle aches, clearer thinking, or even better skin tone, all of which are signs that your body is completing its repair work more effectively. If you're noticing even one or two of these shifts, drop a comment at day 7 with your age, country, and the one change that stood out most. That single comment helps other adults following the same path see what's possible and gives them the encouragement to stay consistent. So here's what happens next. In the comments below, share your age, your country, and exactly which step you're going to take tonight, whether it's gathering your magnesium glycinate, zinc, and B6, setting your timer for the 30 to 60 minute window, moving your calcium supplement to the morning, dimming your lights, doing that brief stretch before bed, or committing to a consistent bedtime window for the next 7 nights. If this information made sense and you want more practical, science-backed guidance on stronger mornings, deeper sleep, and steady energy for adults over 60, go ahead and subscribe. Tonight is not just another night. It's the moment you begin restoring the overnight rebuild rhythm that creates reliable, strong mornings. And every strong morning is a step toward the confidence, steadiness, and presence you want to feel in your life.